In most shooters, healing a teammate is charity. In Wardogs, it's a business decision. If you revive somebody, you get paid. Fly them into the zone, get paid. Hold the hill, you guessed it, get paid. And the cash you earn this match, it follows you into the next one. That single loop is why half the tactical FPS internet is losing its mind, and why the other half is already writing the obituary. Today on the Raid Room, put in the fluff. What is Wardogs? What's the real calendar before you spend $40? And can this persistent economy design actually survive contact with real players? No trailer recap, no wishlist now hype. Just the design, the risk, and the read. So Wardogs is a 100-player tactical all-out warfare FPS from Bulkhead Interactive. Here are the only dates that matter right now. August 21st to 23rd, got a closed beta weekend. Register your interest on Steam to try and get in. And Bulkhead's pitch is blunt. Get hands on. If you hate it, refund it through Steam. And then the big one, September 10th. Steam Early Access launches, and the price locks at $39.99. They are planning for roughly 24 months in Early Access, launching with 3 maps and a tested weapon set. But what's wild here isn't the roadmap, it's the marketing. Bulkhead literally released a 10 reasons not to buy Wardogs video. They openly stated their post-launch focus is entirely on performance, stability and bugs, not a content fire hose every 2 weeks. They want a sustainable core, not a fake launch spike. And right now, the game is sitting on over 800,000 Steam wishlists. That tells us one thing. The genre is starving for a middle ground. Something that isn't as session heavy as Armour, but isn't as soft and arcade-like as the current Battlefield treadmill. So let's talk mechanics. 3 factions, 100 players, fighting over a randomised 2x2 kilometre control zone inside a massive sandbox. Just think King of the Hill. The team with the most bodies in the zone racks up the points. But there's also a smaller, hot zone inside that doubles your score. And that is where blood gets very expensive. But here is where Wardogs flips the genre contract. Most big team shooters dictate that kills equal value, and support is just an optional flavour that nobody really likes the taste. In Wardogs, every life you buy a loadout. You start your career with $10,000, guns, gear, utility vehicles, and you spend cash to field what you want. But when you die, you're back to the shop again. You are not respawning into a free meta loadout, you are making an economic decision under fire. And that cash persists between matches. The tank you save for, or the kit you grind for, can swing the next fight. Team play isn't a virtue here, it's a payout. So revive a squad mate, get cash. Ferry friendlies into the control zone, more cash. You can literally play as a glorified Battlefield taxi, or run logistics, and build forward operating bases, and still bank hard. The game is built so those support jobs print money instead of just being a participation trophy. If cash makes selfish players act like teammates, Wardogs becomes something special. And if cash becomes a rich get richer treadmill, it becomes a cautionary tale. Let's talk about the honest risk assessment. Let's separate the hype from the structural risk. Will this actually work? So why is it a genius idea? Well, it solves big team objective problems. Close test players are reporting that people are actually jumping to revive you, simply because the game pays them to do it. That's incentive design landing perfectly. It hits that massive, underserved tactical sweet spot where you don't need 40 hours of milsim homework to contribute. Plus, the sheer honesty of the dev team filtering their own audience before launch is a massive green flag. But let's talk about why it could fail. Economy friction is a churn machine. Buying a loadout sounds incredibly deep until your team is losing and you're completely broke, and you're getting rolled by stacked players in vehicles you could never afford. Persistent cash is extremely sticky when you're winning, but it is a cliff when you're not. There's also the physics problem. 100 players, destruction, base building, and proximity VoIP all running at once is a massive server load. So the September early access crowd, well, you're going to be the real stress test. So here's my verdict. The concept is strong enough to matter. Paying players to act like a unit is the first genuinely sticky idea this space has seen in years. But whether Wardogs survives depends entirely on time to fun on a losing streak. So if a broke player can't still matter in a match, the player base will bleed out by October. They have to ensure that support and logistic payouts keep pace with pure fragging. And I'm not here to sell you a pre-order, I'm here to tell you the experiment is real, and it's worth watching with your eyes open. So dates to remember, 21st to the 23rd of August, we've got that beta. And September 10th is when early access launches at $39.99. Touch it if you're curious, refund it if it isn't for you. I want to know where you sit. Are you down to be a highly paid combat medic, or does losing all your gear and buying guns every death sound miserable? Drop it in the comments. And if this breakdown helped you decide before the beta weekend, hit like and subscribe. We go deep on the tactical shooters that are actually trying to push the genre forward. Live chaos happens over on our Twitch and YouTube streams, links are in the description, and Discord's open if you want to argue this with a room instead of the algorithm. So this has been Connor at the Raid Room. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Stay easy, but stay frosty.